Hey team, this is a video just to give you some ideas for quick meals that are going to be faster than Uber Eats. I see this fairly often that people just get busy in the evenings, or they have social events after work, or they have child related responsibilities, and it means that when they come home, they don't have time or energy, or they really can't be bothered preparing the thing that they had planned for dinner. For lots of us, those are the times that we reach for Uber Eats. And while that sometimes is entirely appropriate and absolutely fine, I would rather we saved those meals for occasions when we actually really want a treat and when we're intentionally choosing to have something quite delicious for the sake of something enjoyable. For the nights that you're looking for something that is easy and quick, but you don't actually want to set yourself back with your goals, whether those are performance goals or fat loss goals or other, these meals are designed to be another option for you so that you can start to look at other things that will still be quick to prepare, that won't set you back, and will get to your plate faster than your Uber Eats. So none of these should happen in any longer than 15 to 20 minutes. Actually, honestly, most of them are like in the 5 to 15 range. So really trying to smash them out, get them done quickly. And I just want you to think about which of these options are likely to work for you so that you can start to prep and have those on hand. So I think I've covered this pretty much, but just be aware that sometimes life gets in the way, even when your planning has been on point and your intentions have been very good. So think about those times ahead, and it can be worth considering like a practice round of those nights when things just go a bit whoopsie, and knowing what you want to do with those. Remember as well that there might be the perfect meal for you of what you like to have prepped, what you like to have ready, and there might be the bottoming out not good meal that you know that you're kind of not very satisfied if you go and order and eat a whole Domino's pizza. But there is always a middle ground, and that middle ground can mean that you stray a little less far away from your goals, or still tick some of the goals off that are process goals, like getting your protein and getting your plants in. And yeah, maybe you don't get the calorie target or macro targets that you were looking to get, but they might be okay instead of amazing. So there is always good, better, and best, but that is a moving target, and sometimes best is the best you can do in a realistic scenario. The type of planning that we're looking for from these is more about knowing what you have on hand in the cupboard and knowing which things are going to last. So I've tried to use things here that last in the fridge for at least 2 weeks, because I think that these meals happen for people probably at least every 1 to 2 weeks. So if you have those things at the ready on hand, then you know that you'll be good for the next couple of weeks until one of these occasions comes up. So those things might be pastas or ready to go meals, components that you can use that you know cook quickly and will work for you. So know what those staples are for you once you've had to think about what meals would work, and then make sure that you have those ready to go. Another key thing is that this probably happens to you more than you realize. So potentially look at having a couple different options so that you're not coming home knowing what the meal was supposed to be if you have a whoopsie night and going, ugh, I just really don't feel like eating that. If you have a couple of options at the ready, then you're less likely to choose to just have Uber Eats because it's more delicious anyway. All of these meals are consistent with what I've probably yapped at you enough about, which is protein and plants. Some of them are not built around protein and plants, but will always include protein and plants as a component of them. So if it's not obvious, make sure that you're including both of these things, because those are the first boxes to tick for pretty much any meal. Again, all of these things should be super, super quick to prepare. These McGill's pulled beef, they also have pulled pork. Lots of these are becoming more and more available in New Zealand. I've also talked about shredded chicken because you can get that from the deli aisle at New World or Countdown, or like basically any New Zealand supermarket. So having those things on hand can be quite helpful. But if I ever say like shredded chicken or pulled beef or pulled pork, I'm talking about these. I'm not talking about making it. Same with deli ham. This is smoked salmon. Sorry, I know my little face is in the way. But smoked salmon down here. Hot smoked salmon works. Cold smoked salmon works. Whatever you like works. There's also options in the seafood aisle like smoked mussels or brined mussels or other types of smoked fish that you can equally use and swap out for some of these other recipes. There will be some vegetarian vegan options in here as well. or ways to make things vegetarian vegan. Black bean spaghetti tends to be much, much higher in protein than other legume-based pulse pastas. So I really like the black bean ones, but there are also other options for pulse pastas that could work for you. Plants, again, super key. It is absolutely fine to choose frozen vegetables. They are equally nutritious. Do not worry about the nutrition of these. You can microwave them, make them super quick. It's fine to do packaged veggies. It's also fine to do packaged slaw. There's a lot of these that I've said, like, buy a bag of salad, buy a bag of slaw. I always have those at the ready in the fridge because I know that that's something that I turn to fairly often when I've put myself short on time. Finally, don't forget that you went through this process of choosing these meals that are going to work for you. I think sometimes we go through all of the mental effort of, like, this is what I'm going to do in that sticky situation, and then you get to it and your brain is just so focused on what was already happening that you forget that you went through this process. So write it down somewhere that you're going to remember, or put it in a sticky note in your phone, or write it on your shopping list, something like that, so that you know what your go-to options are, so that you don't have to make those decisions when you're already tired or your willpower is low or you just cannot be bothered with life. So know what those things are. Give yourself quick instructions so you don't have to think, and just be able to get it done in way less time than it would take for a car to arrive from a restaurant. All right, from here on, we're just going into the recipes, or, like, they're not even really recipes, they're just ideas. So feel free to stop this video and just turn to the PDF version of this document if you would like, but I am going to talk through them briefly, as brief as I can be, if you want the context of the video.